in next match. So we'll find out who happens. What happens in this game? And Tropo did stay with the Galleon. So
Yes.
there's that.
There you go.
And we'll get those
He does like that
loadouts.
galleon.
Yeah,
After you, please. It seems I'm taking a bit longer. There you go.
All right, on the Sacrilege Dynasty, it is Tropo's Galleon. It still has that Hwacha Lumberjack on one side with Carronade Hwacha on the other. It's also supported by a pair of Gatling guns up on the top decks. And on this sliced bread, Mr. Lambert's Junker, we've got Gatling Mortar on one side with Hades Artemis on the other, and an Artemis up front. So you know what, I just kind of realized that this is basically like little galleon and big galleon flying together, so that's kind of cute. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, the squishy. Talking of little, we have a Artemis front, we have a Carronade side, and a mine rear. On the Rainbow Crash, we have a Hades Artemis front and a Carronade mine side.
Yep, and so we've got Sacrilege team coming around on the side, and Overwatch sort of hanging around.
Oh, I saw a shot going down. There we go. These they know where the Sacrilege Dynasty is. Do the Overwatch team.
Yeah, they definitely have gotten a little bit of spot through those clouds. Not spot, but did catch a glimpse of them. Took a few pot shots. I almost would have said, "Don't do it. Just let it. You know where they're going. Just let them go that way. You know, you may
be like,
trick them.
We're gonna pretend that we don't know where you are, so you think you're setting up a surprise attack when really we are. You know.
Yeah. Take that, the counter ambush, and it still seems like they might be able to get that off, as Squishy is lined up here to shoot some Artemis if it gets the chance, and does get a spot off on the Sacrilege Dynasty, so all pretense of any sort of ambush is gone now, as both these red ships have gone way across on the side of the wall here, and now we're getting some fire going on between Squishy.
My
Rainbow
goodness,
Crash in there as well.
Oh, a Sacrilege Dynasty is getting dangerously close to that wall. He seems to be... Are we seeing cover sniping here? I think we are.
Yeah, we might be seeing a little bit of it. I think I don't expect this to last for very long, but
no,
we are seeing this happen.
There's absolutely no reason. There's no reason to cover snipe against a squid. Just
you
don't need to.
Squishy did manage to duck behind this pillar here, avoiding all that Hwacha
What I
fire.
think Sacrilege are trying to force the this Overwatch team to do is basically charge them, and hopefully get a quick kill on the Squishy.
Oh,
there we go, the Hwacha going down.
Forward.
Oh, but the Hwacha largely misses the Squishy. Squishy going high speed, low drag. Sacrilege Dynasty taking a lot of damage from the Rainbow Crash.
Squishy managed to get around the side of that rock once more.
Is Squishy going to go for a big flank here? He could come around the other side of the rock.
Rainbow Crash is still firing off at the Sacrilege Dynasty, who backs up there. A little bit of Gatling fire going down, but they're of course way too far behind. Sliced Bread hasn't been able to do a whole lot here so far. They're just kind of keeping an eye out. Now Squishy's gonna come around the front side of this rock. Actually, maybe no, maybe not. They definitely can take advantage of going around the back side of this entire rock here. That might be their best approach. What I don't suggest is you try to go under the rock, because I have seen a squid try to do that before, get stuck in there and die.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. And now Sacrilege, you know, they know where Squishy is. They don't want to get flanked. They don't want to get ambushed. They're pulling back here, reconsidering. However, there's a lot of cloud in this area. This is just perfect for the Squishy to come in with an ambush.
Yeah, I don't think there's any flares on either of these teams, so there's not going to be looking through clouds anytime soon.
Sacrilege Dynasty has a Gatling in the rear. Interesting. And maybe Tropo likes to be Rambo and shoot the rear Gatling sometimes. You never know.
Possibly.
In any event, the Squishy is right in front of the Sacrilege Dynasty. Some really widespread Hwacha shots there.
Wild Hwacha shots gone off.
That was. Yeah, I didn't think they were really trying to hit there. Just kind of letting them know we know where you are.
Maybe Ram Jam didn't quite have heavy loaded in there. Slice Bread taking some shots now as well as the Rainbow Crash is sitting in the opening here, of course, taking some Gatling Fire in turn, and now Squishy and Rainbow Crash almost do a little bit of collision there, but not quite. Squishy gets rammed forward by Rainbow Crash.
Oof.
Almost has to say, hey, go for it.
Squishy and Rainbow Crash have been ramming into each other quite a lot.
No.
Yeah, neither Squishy or Rainbow Crash can just charge through this little opening here because they'll get a face full of Hwacha. So it is awkward to engage aggressively for either team from this position.
Yeah, Sliced Bread now coming on in. Rainbow Crash taking some of that Gatling Fire. Sliced Bread, however, taking his own fire.
Squishy coming around. Squishy coming around the side. But
yeah,
is the Sacrilege Dynasty waiting for him? Here. No fire on the Squishy. They haven't seen the Squishy. Now the Squishy coming in with the Artemis on the Sacrilege Dynasty here. The Squishy going in. The Squishy going in.
Yeah, they haven't knocked out any sort of guns or any components with that Artemis yet, however, finally getting an engine there.
Oh, one of the engines.
And now looks like Sacrilege Dynasty gonna turn around, try to maybe hit the Squishy. But in the meantime,
another
Rainbow
gun.
Crash. Yeah, Sacrilege Dynasty getting picked apart by the Artemis of the Squishy right now.
Yep, the Sacrilege team no longer have the luxury of cover. They're gonna have to go for some sort of they're gonna have to do something offensive here.
Oh, Sliced Bread coming into zone Squishy out. Squishy backs on up, and Sacrilege Dynasty looks like he's going to be able to get out without too much issue, as Rainbow Crash does keep on slamming that Hades into him, but not accomplishing too much
Rainbow
damage.
Crash getting dangerously close to Sliced Bread here. In fact, Rainbow Crash is going for a ram, it looks like, on Sliced Bread.
Squishy's actually going around on the other side, and Rainbow Crash is
Squishy,
way forward.
Squishy, what are you doing? Oh no! The Rainbow Crash is all on its own.
Do that, and Rainbow Crash,
and now the Lumberjack's hooking in on the Rainbow Crash. The Sliced Bread turns its side. The Rainbow Crash could be in big trouble here. The balloon's going down. The Squishy coming in. Squishy body blocking. You don't often see a
balloon is down as well in the meantime.
You don't often see a squid body blocking, but there you go. Now it looks like the Squishy's going to fart out some mines and tar potentially, or maybe not.
Yeah, definitely get some tar down.
Right. Well, there we go. There's the tar. There's the tar blocking off this kind of area here. This pass. There we go. That's prevented the Sacrilege team from chasing down that particular avenue.
And Rainbow Crash flying around the side now, maybe trying to see what it can poke into here. Hopefully not gonna meet its doom. Squishy in the meantime coming on force. They're coming around the two sides, and it looks like they're still gonna be going after this galleon, going after Rainbow Crash. A lot of those Hades kind of flying wildly currently, however, just hitting the balloon or nothing at all.
The issue here is the armor strip or lack thereof. Rainbow Crash only has.
Actually blams into this giant pillar here.
Yeah.
So all sorts of momentum.
That's not going to serve him well. Sacrilege Dynasty is very vulnerable here. He's got his rear exposed.
That Hades just continually firing wide there. Finally hits a balloon, but once again,
now they're switching up for the Sliced Bread, it looks like.
Yeah, Sacrilege Dynasty running around the side. Let them run, they say. As now they're focusing down on the Sliced Bread. It looks like some...
Oh, Sliced Bread's balloon's out. Sliced Bread could be in a tricky spot.
Yep, Hades continuing to miss over the top of that Sliced Bread. Sacrilege Dynasty actually has almost all of its guns, but one out currently.
Oh, however, Squishy just wandering right into that gap mortar sides. Taking some permahull.
Taking a little bit of permahull there, getting it back up, however, they don't want to be that close, that's for sure. Sacrilege Dynasty still no guns. They've got literally one gun up currently, and I don't... Which gun do they even have up? It's just the Lumberjack that's currently functional. Finally getting a few of those rebuilt, but balloon on Sliced Bread is down once more. And actually, I think they're around the... Is that around the... Oh, this is going to be a little bit of a problem here. This is where the invisible pillar on this map is.
Oh,
right
yes, good point. Good point. Very awkward place to be. And Squishy coming around the side. If Squishy can get some good carronade hits on the Sliced Bread doesn't have long to go before he hits the ground. But Squishy electing not to be aggressive.
Yep, here we go. Now Rainbow Crash shooting into the side of the Sacrilege Dynasty once more.
Oh, some solid Hades shots. Sacrilege Dynasty, a lot of those guns are disabled. The Sacrilege Dynasty are just getting slowly pushed back.
Which might not be the worst thing for them, you know, if one of them does die, that just means that they're closer to their own zone.
Oh, that is true.
But really nothing.
Oh, Squishy just going for it here. Squishy's going from cover to cover.
Yeah, and gets a, I think that was a Watcher Barrage that ran into the Squishy here, but Squishy's gonna get around the back of the Sacrilege Dynasty.
Oh, but Squishy's taken permahull. Squishy's gotten caught out here by the Gatling of the Sacrilege Dynasty. The armor is down once again. Oh, some Huacha will deal the trick.
Oh, but armor does go
Squishy's
back
been
up.
caught out.
Down once again. Slice Bread is actually coming on in as well. And Squishy
the Gatling
may have
mortar.
overstayed his welcome here.
Oh, we gotta get out of there, Squishy.
And barely can get that back up, and will go down to that Watcher Barrage. So we see Squishy die for the first time today. It does get taken down there. Just went too far. I'm sure he was trying to come around the side to catch Sacrilege Dynasty, but
Sacrilege Dynasty knew where he was. Sacrilege Dynasty was ready for him. You just, you gotta be so careful when you're a squid because you're so fragile. Looks like Communist Pony has disconnected here.
Yeah, it looks like he's left and joined and left again, so maybe have a little bit of a friendly gentleman's agreement for a break here while
could
they
see
get
that.
some replacement, but
Redry is saying we can wait. There we go.
Yep,
good
so
to see.
hopefully get that done quickly.
Good sportsmanship here, even in such a high-stake situation.
Or is there asking some questions? You might want to take a look at chat. Of course, then continual fire coming in, and that's just
okay.
That breaks all sorts of gentlemanly agreement. Oh, okay, so apparently that was AI.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Filthy AI.
God, Miles, AI, Miles, jeez.
With a name like Miles, the passive-aggressive type. Okay, no offense to anyone who might be watching called Miles. In any event, Urs here laying down the law. Of course, Urs, a giant of Guns of Icarus tournament organizing. The grand poobah of CE Sports, as it were.
Yep, and of course we will have to mention thank you very much to Urs for organizing all this. Of course, Mr. Leto and of the Rob and Dan Show did contribute too, so it's a collaborative effort to get this going. I think you. Fortunately, Leto was probably a little bit too busy with his own channel going on, so is not able to continue. So Urs has more or less taken over fully at this point. So definitely do want to acknowledge everyone who has contributed.
Absolutely, acknowledging everyone's contributed, and of course, big thanks to Fourth Oracle for streaming and solo casting Group A.
Yep, and we'll see if he'll be back next week as well. I think we have 3 groups next week, so that's going to be a very, very full day of stuff.
Yep. So yes, we're hearing bringing a bit of a pause here. Urs is saying if you're going to get this substitute in, get him in quickly.
Yep, we cannot wait forever. Nope. The show must go on, of course.
Show must go on.
We are just
some advice for any of the newer teams competing in the Sky League. It's a very, very, very good idea to have substitutes. I'd say at least 3 or 4. You never know what can happen on the night. Just have them ready to go. And just kind of hanging around in case you need some replacements if someone's having computer issues or whatever.
Very much so. Of course, we are here in Group B of
Group B, yes.
The Sky League.
Group B, and none of these teams are unprepared. All of these teams are very well aware of the realities of competitive play.
Yep.
So
the
yes,
losers match. It is loser of this match will get knocked out completely, and the winner will go on to face once again the Sky Invading Rhinos, I believe it was, in the final match to determine the second team that will make it out of this matchup.
Who will crawl out of the blazing hellhole that is the exit to this group? Definitely, I would breathe a sigh of relief upon getting out of this group.
Very much so, and I'm sure Crimson Skyriders are already feeling that relief.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they managed to get out of this first.
Oh, yes, Sky Invading Rhino. The Crimson Sky Riders do very competitive matchups. They fought in 3-5 and 4-5. They had some close calls, but they got through. Any event here, we are waiting for the substitute on the part of Sacrilege. I don't know how much longer Urs is going to give them. This could be a messy situation for Sacrilege if they don't get someone in pretty damn quickly.
Yeah. So we're
Never.
in a little bit of a holding pattern here. Let me take a quick look at what's going on in the ships while we wait. I want to check out some ammo or such. Let's see on the Sacrilege Dynasty, we've got. Oh, so this is actually interesting. They do all have 3 engineers. I didn't quite notice that it's 3 engineers for heavy guns. You usually at least see 1 gunner, especially on galleons. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think with what Tropo is going for here, which is a very in-your-face kind of galleon, I don't think you need those different types much, because those different ammo types that the gunner brings, I mean, a lot of the times it's used to kind of alternate between different ranges. However, I think the Sacrilege Dynasty is going for a close medium kind of engage every time, so maybe you only need 1 ammo type for each of those guns. And they just use the extra tankiness to help them survive in a firefight.
Quite possibly. Looks like the I Die Harder is probably the one who sits on that lumberjack. He's got that Lesmok. Ram Jam Slam probably relegated to shooting the Hwacha with that heavy clip, and Radan is most likely up top. He's using that greased on that Gatling gun to shoot it out as quick as possible. Let's see, on the sliced bread. Sliced bread, well, apparently I have a gunner, but I think Communist Pony was a engineer as well, so they looks like they probably went to triple engineer too. We've got a burst that's almost certainly for the Artemis, so that's probably Ferryman's deal. Gullyman probably focusing on using the mortar with that. Is that Lesmok that Gullyman has? Yeah, I guess we'd use Lesmok on the mortar as well. Does that sound right?
All right, sounds like Ram Jam Slam saying we've got somebody joining. All right, we should see a new, fresh Sacrilege recruit any moment now.
Hopefully, hopefully in the next minute or so.
Who will be the ardent Tropo zealots? Join, willing to die for their god emperor.
Looks like it'll be YOLO swag.
YOLO swag, Jesus, yes, a standby of the Sacrilege team.
I've actually seen YOLO pilot a lot with.
Yes, we have.
Well, so he's no stranger to competitive play, of course.
I'm guessing YOLO today. Maybe he was just sort of doing something else, and they were just like, "YOLO, get on there now! All right." You know, one of those awkward situations. Maybe he's playing this on his laptop at a party somewhere. You never know. He's locked himself in the bathroom. Who knows? The things you do for your Guns of Icarus clan.
We're just gonna go ahead and wait for Urs to say go, and we'll be back into action. All right, here we go. As we are getting back into this game, so Sacrilege is up 1-0 in this matchup. Of course, both of these teams desperately want to win this match. Had a little bit of floating here and there, but for the most part, these two teams were pretty much in the same position. Squishy, of course, had just died and was coming back in when this disconnect happened, so Rainbow Crash wasn't too far forward as well. And we'll get sort of a reset going on in this game. but Sacrilege still up 1-0 and already getting fired upon by Rainbow Crash.
All right, so once again, I got a feeling Squishy's going to be much more tentative about engaging now it's been caught out once. Sacrilege Dynasty firing the Gatling. I don't know what on earth he's thinking there. The Lumberjack shots going down. I don't think... Yeah, again, this is one of those situations where I don't think either team is going to get the kill from this range. I guess we'll see. Squishy coming around, another white. Oh, well, maybe I was wrong. Squishy seems undeterred in his efforts to outflank the Sacrilege team. But Sacrilege Dynasty just seems to know almost exactly where he is. Sacrilege Dynasty moving back.
Yeah, it does get
that Squishy.
Watcher destroyed, however, with that Artemis, so it's a good job by Squishy
yeah,
at least to take
good
out
job,
that,
Squishy.
That Watcher, which can absolutely wreck the Squid's day.
Mm-hmm. Squishy keeping his distance, just keeping on firing at Artemis, waiting for his moment, trying to give Rainbow Crash the opportunity here.
Ooh, that's nice. Watch fire. Although
yeah,
a whole lot to Squishy. It looks like most of it actually got absorbed.
Good
into the
Hades
balloon.
hits on the sliced bread.
Yep, and now
on fire.
Lumberjack fire going towards Squishy, but going underneath him and then going into the side of this rock, so not a whole lot of damage being dealt from that Lumberjack, and really not... Lumberjack hasn't
now
been
Squishy's taking some damage, armor's down. Squishy kerosening forward, oof.
And looks like did he bounce against the rock there, or did he just stop? I think he may have just stopped and backed up instead of trying to go around here. Alright, so Rainbow Crash.
Squishy's not built for sniping. I mean, Squishy's gonna have to drop the hammer somehow or do some sort of a feint, some sort of a distraction to let the Rainbow Crash get the killing blow. But you know, it's gonna be really tough to do that against a Gap Mortar Junker and a close range Galleon. A pretty hard counter for a Squid.
Yeah, and it looks like Sacrilege Dynasty and Slice are both going forward on the Squishy currently, with Rainbow Crash bringing up the rear here. I'm not quite sure how well this will work out. Watch of Fire goes into the Squishy. Once again, most of it into the balloon, so not a whole lot of problem dealt there, and then the Artemis will take that out. But Sacrilege Dynasty actually has the Carronade in the face of Squishy now, and that's going to be a problem for Squishy. It's going to have to move on out of here and rebuild its balloon, lick its wounds.
So all this time,
meantime,
Rainbow Crash
is
he's skirting around, continuing that Hades Artemis. It just doesn't have the kind of the quick armor stripping potential. Sacrilege always seem to have time to get out of the way before they start doing serious damage.
Yep, still hitting decently well with that Hades. Of course, as I say that,
Squishy coming in on the sliced bread now.
And Squishy coming on in, but Sliced Bread has a
Squishy going
on
past.
Squishy as well.
Oh, he's using the tar. He's using the tar. Sliced Bread is in that tar. A couple engines taken out here.
Yep, Sliced Bread gonna have to turn to the side here. Cannot follow behind the Squishy, of course. Ooh!
Oh, mines and tar, mines and tar. Oh my!
Yeah, they bang against the rock actually, which lands them directly in the line of that mine. So that was a good job there. But Sliced Bread, only a gun out and a little bit of the balloon, so not too big of a problem. In the meantime, the Rainbow Crash and the Sacrilege Dynasty are facing off over here. And now we got some dual fire going on. Squishy getting hit by the Gatling of the Sliced Bread. In the meantime, Rainbow Crash still firing off at the Sacrilege Dynasty. There more tar from the Squishy onto the Sliced Bread once again. Rainbow Crash.
Now the Squishy's in potential trouble here. Oh, Sacrilege Dynasty. Looks like he was going to go for a ram on the Squishy there, but the Squishy goes underneath.
Lands into
and he's firing mines. A good mine hit on the Sacrilege Dynasty. Now everything on the Sliced Bread is taken out. The Rainbow Crash fucked down the Sacrilege Dynasty. The Sacrilege Dynasty's armor stripped. The Sacrilege Dynasty is descending into that tar. Oh no, this is a terrible spot for the Sacrilege team. Great play here. Great squid play by the Squishy.
But in the meantime,
using
the Sliced Bread is shooting down at the Squishy now. Squishy tars kind of himself at this
Sacrilege
point.
Dynasty.
And it's his own mine.
Oh
Squishy
no!
just hit his own mine once again.
Oh, that's tricky. So yes, Sacrilege Dynasty is pinned down here. However, Sliced Bread is starting to recover. I think Squishy's got
on the same level as Squishy, and there.
Oh, Squishy's taking a lot of damage.
Once again, yes, he does go down. Sliced Bread.
I'm really surprised by that turn of event. It seemed as if the Squishy with its Tara mines had got the Sacrilege team right where they wanted them, but just not enough damage to kind of get the finishing blow. Oh, maybe not. Looks like the Sliced Bread's taking heavy damage here.
Oh, and he bounces on the ground, which will take him out. Really, the problem with the Squishy was he came up on the same level that the sliced bread was sitting at, right directly into the fire of that Gap mortar, and that will take him down. But Rainbow Crash does get a kill.
Squid, definitely the hardest ship to pilot. And now Rainbow Crash in a potential problem here. Slice spawn right next to him.
Armor is down.
The Squishy's coming back as fast as he can, but Rainbow Crash is completely isolated here. He's on his own. Sliced Bread coming up, raising altitude. Hades going down, missing most of them, unfortunately. But the Rainbow Crash trying to go forward, trying to get out of here, but it's like a huge Watcher Barrage!
Oh, Watcher Barrage! Oh, the final Watcher! Oh no, I think that was actually the Artemis from the Sliced Bread front, taking him down, but Squishy's running forth.
Yep. Oh, Squishy.
Turning
almost
right around.
Almost a meat grind, but nope. Change the mind. There we go. Get out of
we need one of those gifts which is like, nope, and turns around.
Yep. It's a power slide. Turning away. U-turn. There we go. Squishy ducking around here. Ducking and diving.
And thankfully you can do this with a squid.
Right, well.
Definitely turn yourself around. Start singing Turn This Ship Around. And getting yourself right out of there.
Gotta turn around.
Not getting caught.
Yep. As Fats and Small might say, any aficionados of 90s British dance music will know what I'm talking about. The others may be confused. That small minority. In any event, Sacrilege Dynasty and the Sliced Bread seeming quite happy to stay in their spawn where they have the advantage.
Well, it's partly just to stand on a spawn where they have the advantage. Partly, they have no idea what's going on out there. They don't know if Squishy's waiting around the corner. They don't know if Rainbow Crash is waiting around the corner. It's almost like, they could move out, but really, what's like, which way would they go? What do they actually want to do? It's going to be a little bit of a work there, so they might as well just stay back here, knowing that Squishy's going to be hanging around somewhere, and already Rainbow Crash slamming those Hades shots into Sacrilege Dynasty, something which it hasn't been able to do with consistent firing, but doing a decent job of it here.
I mean, those I just cannot get over how just beautiful that combination of tars and mines were. And it's just a testament to how vulnerable the squid is that if you get on the same level as a Gap mortar junker for just a few seconds, and then it can be all over. Just the squid takes an incredible amount of pilot skill to execute correctly.
And Squishy has come around the side once more, very reminiscent of last fight. Watcha shots coming off, basically doing nothing. Most of those Watcha came underneath it. Looks like we've got 10 minutes left in this match. Now, Sacrilege has gotten those 3 kills, so if Overwatch doesn't hit that 3-kill mark and time goes up, that means we go into overtime.
Overtime, and 2 minutes after that, if no armor goes down, then it's called in favor.
Oh,
no overtime. We've heard no overtime. So yes, if 10 more minutes and Sacrilege will have won.
Yep, so Sacrilege at this point can play a war of attrition.
Yeah, of course.
Try to outlast their members. Squishy backs into a rock here.
Sliced Bread.
And we've actually had another lost member here for a second.
Oh, golly. All right, well, this has been a belly of a pickle, one might say.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, this is kind of the what we have happen when we're using technology as our our vehicle for.
But I think there's a great deal more sort of chivalry in Guns of Icarus competitive play. In terms of you see just teams very politely pausing when there are disconnects. We didn't used to see that so much, but now I mean it's sort of a gentleman's agreement almost.
Yeah, everybody knows that it's the kind of stuff that can happen. You never want to. You know that if if it happens to them, it can happen to you. So you might as well,
Mm-hmm.
be nice about it, and because you'd like for the same thing to happen if your teammate gets disconnected.
Yeah, and it's also that, I mean, all these teams, I'd say they probably know each other fairly well. I mean, even if they're not friends, they're at least kind of acquaintances. There'd be at least some sort of mutual respect going on here. Of course, we're seeing
Very
a
much
lot
so.
of brand new teams, but we're definitely not seeing any new teams in this bracket, in this group.
Yeah, absolutely. I always find it interesting if to take the camera. If anyone's ever in a game just spectating, if you take your camera and you put it down below the ground, you get a lot of interesting views down here of various things that are sticking into the ground, like a giant, like it looks like a bottle opener almost sticking into the ground here in red spawn. You see that? I don't know if
Yeah,
you're on
yeah, I
native here.
see that. Yeah.
Looks like it's like a bridge top at some point or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
just something interesting to do if you're ever bored and in spectating mode. Take your camera, move it underground, move it around, see what you see there. You get a lot of interesting things.
If you're a Guns of Icarus streamer and you come upon one of these pauses, we know a few things about
good
that.
to go? I think we're waiting for Ursa to
there we go.
Luna is
Yep.
reconnected.
Looks like
so.
everyone's back. Casters say go. Asks Redria, yes, go. Says Urs. And they're off.
All right, so we are getting into this match once again. It is 3-1 lead here for Sacrilege.
Oh, we're about to see a close range engagement here. This could be game altering either way. This next engagement, the Hades going down on the sliced bread. Perfect precision hits there, already taken out one of the guns. The squishy coming in as well, focus fire on the sliced bread. The sliced bread is isolated here. Sacrilege Dynasty kind of come around, a risky flank attempt on the Rainbow Crash, but the Rainbow Crash has zoned him out behind. And now the squishy's coming in. It looks like the squishy's turning his carronade, or is he turning his mines perhaps?
Maybe a little bit of both. Looks like he did take a few shots there with that carronade, and
there's the tar. There's the tar.
Once again, and down goes the mine. Is he sliced bread gonna hit that? Yes,
big
it does.
mine hit on the sliced bread, and now the balloon is on fire of the sliced bread. All the guns taken out. One of the engines taken out, but the Rainbow Crash needs to follow up. The Rainbow Crash needs to come in with that Hades-Artemis combination, and that's what he's doing. The Hades raining down on the sliced bread. Hull's on fire. Balloon's on fire. Almost all the components taken out. Sliced bread is in a tough situation. The squishy's coming in to assist. And where is the Sacrilege Dynasty in all of this? He's just not in the right position.
Yeah, he's had to go way around a bunch of rocks. Rainbow Crash is going to be able to maneuver here quickly, and it most likely
looks like
will just
Rainbow
sit
Crash.
on top of him.
Rainbow Crash is going to go for a Goomba
little bit of
stop.
a ram down here, and
there we
down
go.
goes sliced bread. Now the question is, can they turn and take out the Sacrilege Dynasty with just the same amount of speed? It can definitely be done. It's going to take a few shots. Sacrilege Dynasty had already taken some damage, so it's going to be a little bit hard now. Here we got some blending.
Gonna need his ally can get back. He can't do it. It's going to be tricky, but he can do it.
And Sliced Bread is back in action now. However, Sacrilege Dynasty losing.
Oh, Sacrilege Dynasty,
balloon
is down, Hull's down. Oh, Sacrilege Dynasty just needs to stay alive a little bit longer. Let the Sliced Bread get back in this thing. The Sacrilege Dynasty taking perma-hull damage. He's going down.
Rainbow Crash still trying to follow along with Sacrilege Dynasty, but Sacrilege Dynasty has actually managed to ride this fairly well. And it's made Squishy have to pay attention to Sliced Bread here, as the Sliced Bread is, she's trying to get him tarred, laying down some mines. Or is it going to actually go right down into these mines that are right below
this could
him?
be nasty.
Both of them!
Mine hit!
Both of them on the Sliced Bread explode. In the meantime,
Double
Sacrilege
mines.
Dynasty getting taken
The
down.
Sacrilege Dynasty, heavy damage. The balloon is down on the Sliced Bread. The hull armor's down on the Sliced Bread. It cannot assist the Sacrilege Dynasty. He's in big trouble here.
Yeah, Sacrilege Dynasty getting peppered here by both Squishy and Rainbow Crash still, but that armor is still up. Still firing, and
Sacrilege Dynasty is so resilient, but now Squishy and Rainbow Crash are focus firing completely on the Sacrilege Dynasty. The balloon of Sacrilege Dynasty is down. Sacrilege Dynasty trying to glide down, but the armor's going down. The hull is down.
And down it goes.
We've
got a 3-3 tie here. Sliced Bread is back in this action, but he's kind of in a 2v1 situation, even though his teammate can respawn right next to him. He's getting some nice shots out of Rainbow Crash.
All Rainbow Crash needs to do is back off, and he'll be outrange that gap mortar while Squishy comes in. Oh, this could be a meat grind
sliced
nightmare.
bread. Balloon down, armor about to go down as well. Is he actually gonna?
Oh, is he gonna hit
slam
the
into his
mine?
mine
He's
right
gonna
here?
hit the mine.
Yes,
Holy
he
shit!
is once
Another
again.
mine hits.
And sliced bread goes down, and Sacrilege Dynasty respawn
Sacrilege
right into
Dynasty's
the middle of
back!
all this. Oh no, this is an absolute travesty here for the Sacrilege team. Where's Rainbow Crash going? He's got to turn around.
Rainbow
What are
Crash,
you
what
doing,
are you
Rainbow
doing?
Crash?
This is
Both
the key.
Squishy
You need
and
to win
Rainbow-
the game. What is Rainbow
Oh no.
Crash doing?
Oh, Squishy almost getting taken
Squishy
down here.
Heavy damage. And now Slice come back in. Oh no. Overwatch was so close, and now it looks like their advantage is sliding away as the Sacrilege Dynasty is gonna the Rainbow Crash. The Rainbow Crash is isolated.
Rainbow Crash coming in using a little bit of that carronade on the Sacrilege
Oh,
Dynasty, almost knocking the
Tropo
balloon out, but
with
not
the
quite.
Rambo. Tropo with the Rambo Gatling gun on the Rainbow Crash as the Rainbow Crash goes round behind. Sliced bread
Squishy's
engaging
getting
with
chased
Squishy with
down
the
by
Gat
Sliced
Mortar.
Bread.
Oh, look
And
out.
Squishy, oh, yeah.
Oh, the mortars!
Mortar shots
don't
coming
quite.
in. Not quite, though. Sliced Bread now gets pushed against a wall here by Rainbow Crash.
Squishy's got that carronade leveled on the sliced bread as the sliced bread pursues. They're not getting the balloon down fast enough. There's the balloon down on the sliced bread.
An
And
uppercut there by Rainbow Crash.
Oh, by the Rainbow Crash. It's becoming
Sliced
a
Bread
theme.
armor almost down. But Rainbow
ram.
Crash is actually really close in. He can't use that Hades to strip anymore, so he's got to be careful. Squishy
Oh, the
backing
Rainbow
on up
Crash
as
takes a
well.
bounce. But Squishy continuing to fire on the sliced bread. This could be it here. Rainbow Crash continuing to ram the sliced bread. They desperately want to kill on the sliced bread. They want to get out of this group. They want to crawl
Armor is
out
down.
of this hell group.
Balloon just got rebuilt. Rainbow Crash still slapping him down into the ground, however, continually. Sacrilege Dynasty now trying to come up through the side. Rainbow Crash going to turn on Sliced Bread.
Desperately
Balloon
trying
is
to
down.
escape.
Armor is
Balloon's
down. They're about to hit the
down.
ground. And
Overwatch has
he's
done
down.
it.
What a comeback there
Oh.
by the by the Overwatch team to win this. They were down 3-1, Brick. They were down 3-1, and is the Sliced Bread lowering himself into two mines at once, which made this all possible.
Oh, just the turnaround of the century. You talk about comebacks. I don't think I've ever seen a comeback